Yo, what's the deal? AGS, week 14. We're getting closer to them playoffs. It's getting closer to about that time. This is about the time where all those that was bragging about the regular season start to get quiet when the playoffs come around. Because they know playoffs, one and done. So without further ado, first before we even get into the recap, let's take a look at what this the standings. Let's look at the standings. Let's see who's looking like what right now. It's been a very interesting season. We got a couple of guys that's looking like Super Bowl favorites, but looking like a Super Bowl favorite and winning the Super Bowl is two different things. So let's look at this AFC first. First we got Bills, still undefeated. 12-game win streak, 12-0. Number 1 seed. But with all that great ball they playing, you got the Browns who's right behind them. 11-game win streak. He hasn't lost since week 1. So Browns still got a chance to get the number 1 spot, although Buffalo holds it at the moment. I say the number 1 spot is definitely coming down to those two. Then you got the Colts right there. So your number 1 seed right now is Buffalo. 2 seed is Cleveland. 3 seed is Indy. 4th seed is the Raiders. 5th seed Baltimore. 6th seed Bengals. 7th seed Titans. You still got Pats, Jets, Steelers, and even Chiefs. All still got a chance to get in as a wild card. So right now I said the Titans hold the wait, I said 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so all these teams with 7 losses still got a shot. I mean, you're gonna have to turn it around. Now is the time to step up. Your playoffs start now. It's go hard or go home. Nothing else left to be said. And this is it right here. You can't afford 8 losses. Ain't gonna cut it. 8 losses will not get you in. And just for the record, I get you in. Hold on, let me see my bad. Hold on. Okay, cool. We good. We had to check it out, fellas. Had to make sure we was good money over there. Ain't no sense to eat all this talk cake, and we ain't even in. You know what I mean? Where was I at just now? Where was I at? Oh yeah. So those teams that got 7 losses are still in. The Chiefs, you still got a shot too. You know what I'm saying? You still definitely got a shot, but 8 losses is kind of, I don't know. But 7 loss teams, you got a shot. Pats, Jets, Steelers, y'all gonna have to ball out like right now. So that's the race going on in the AFC. Let's take a look at this NFC. Number 1 seed, Tampa Bay Bucks. Number 2 seed, Gas Nation. Gas Nation been balling out this season. He got 9 wins in a row. He's definitely gonna win that NFC East. He only 1 game out for number 1 seed. Rams right there behind them. Rams and Eagles both still got a chance for number 1 seed. Eagles chance a little one better. Rams need Bucks to drop too. But those are the top 3 right there in NFC that got a shot for that number 1 seed. So number 1 seed right now is the Bucks. Number 2 seed is the Eagles. Number 3 is the Rams. Number 4 is the Packers. These are your 3 wild cards. Niners, Cards, and I I'm gonna say Giants right now. I don't know why. Yeah, Giants, because Falcons lost this week, so it will be the Giants, I'm guessing, or Panthers, or Washington. One of those teams. You know what I mean? But those are it right now. NFC race really, really tight right now. Really, really tight. So, yeah, these last couple of weeks are big time. Big time, big time, big time. So let's look at the playoff picture right now. If playoffs were to start today, this is what it will look like. NFC, the number 7 seed is the Falcons, but again, like I said, that was coming into the week. They lost this week, so they are no longer the number 7 seed. But they would have went. So you got the 7 seed against the 2 seed, which is the Eagles. Rams and Cards, 3 seed. The Rams, Cards, and Niners, they got 3 guys in their division in the playoff hunt right now. That's crazy. That division is tough. And 4th seed will go against the 5 seed 49ers. Then over in the AFC, you got Browns will go against the Titans. Colts will go against the Bengals. And Raiders will go against the Ravens. So that's your no, there is no Ravens user right now. So hold on again, because the Ravens had to drop out. So let me make sure. The Ravens, did I set up for a loss last week? I sure hope so. Wait a minute. Who got the Ravens? Alright, yeah. I gotta make sure I set it again this week, because the Ravens are computer now, so I gotta make sure we don't need no computer team getting in. So now that we looked at that, let's take a look at the recap for week 13. First up, we had Saints win against the Cowboys. Cowboys, I said in my opinion when I did the mid-season report, they was having probably the most disappointing season. They got a nice team over there, but he just not has been able to put it together. And then the main thing has been the defense. That Dallas defense been giving up points to everybody. I believe that's the Saints' first win of the season. I could be wrong, but I think that's his first win of the season. And hey, regardless of what, like I told y'all, it don't matter really what's going on. Yeah, the goal is to get in the playoffs in whatever season you're at. But if your season is over, you can always take the time to build and get some type of momentum going into next season. You can't just throw in the towel and don't come in next season with no swag. You know, you know, the more you play, the more you discover different things. Your game gets better, and you come across new plays, all in which you tie into next season. So if you don't have nothing to play for this season, you definitely got something to play for going into next season. Saints is a prime example of that. He got a nice win over here. He put up 35 points. Saints lost a lot of heartbreakers this year. He should have more wins than he does. But, you know, like I say, season is over. But right now, you play for next season. You see who's gonna last on the roster, who's not moving forward. And, you know, good win for the Saints team. He showed up at home, got the win. Next, we had Eagles and Jets. Gas Nation had a tight one with the Jets. But nevertheless, Philly still pulled it out on the road. They won 21-14. This Jets team is not out of the playoff race yet, but they definitely really can't afford to drop. I would say no more than one more loss, you know, at best. But Eagles still rolling. They one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They won 21-14. Then we had Chiefs and Broncos. Nab, he got 8 losses on the season. He has to win out, and he needs serious help. So in his case, it's one game at a time. He blew out the Broncos, whose season is over. But from here on out, Chiefs going to have to do what they did this game and dominate, and then wait and see how the cards fall. But they won 47-28. Then we had Cards and Bears. Murph went against Money Mascot and the Chicago Bears. I expected a better game from Chicago Bears and Money Mascot, but Justin Fields, I guess he's just not ready right now. Cardinals, they won 28-17. Cardinals is right now is the number 6 seed. They are in no position to take their foot off the gas. They got to keep winning, you know. So they are in a tight NFC race over there for that wild card. So they know what's at stake. They came into Chicago and got the W. Then we had Bengals and Charges. Bengals won 38-7. This game looked like it was over in the first half. Bengals hold a wild card spot at the current moment. So they too, they don't have nothing sealed up yet. So they got to keep winning and doing what they doing. But they came in this week and blew the hinges off the door against the Chargers. Next, we got Bucks win against the Falcons. The Bucks won 52-18. Straight dominated this game. He only got one loss in the season. He's been dominating pretty much all season. And, he's looking like a Super Bowl favorite. As I put out a few days ago, the teams that Super Bowl bound, Bucks is definitely one of them. He got a good win on the road. Next, we had Raiders and Washington. Lowski was winning his last couple of games by a couple of hairs, but that luck ran out this week. He went into Vegas, couldn't pull it out this week, and the Raiders got the job done. Listen, Born Ready, I keep telling y'all, Born Ready's a baller. You know what I mean? And regardless of what you may see him be inconsistent and everything, he's been playing. He's a vet. He knows how to get the job done. Washington took a punch to the face this week, so they're gonna have to come back and they're gonna have to regroup. They're gonna have to regroup and get things back in where it need to be if they want to make this push for this playoffs. Because right now, Eagles definitely is holding down that division over there. So at this part of the game, it looked like he's playing for a wild card, and he gonna have to get things. He gonna have to get things back to where it was at. He gonna have to get things back to where it was at, where he was a few weeks ago. Then we had Niners and Seahawks. This was a good game right here that I did not get to see, but looking at this score, I told you, 49ers, man, he's a really good player, and I told you, he's one of them guys that takes what you give him, and it's not a lot of guys that play like that. A lot of guys is always just focused on what they want to do, and whatever little cheese plays they trying to run. Don't get me wrong, it's cool if it's working, but at the end of the day, a lot of guys just don't play smart football. They play a lot of guys play try to play cheesy glitch football. But what I like about the PS5, this PS5 Madden, it's not a lot of that like it was in the PS4. So for the most part, you have to play ball, you have to play football on here. But again, 49ers, that's what he does. That's definitely what he do. He comes in, he gets the job done, and I like I said, I like how he plays. You know what I'm saying? I like how he plays. So, he had a tight little game this week, division win. He too he hold the current playoff wild card spot right now, but he too can't afford to get relaxed. The NFC race is tight over there. So all these guys that's holding wild card spots right now, they definitely got to keep balling, because it's tight. It's a tight race going down over there. So good win for the Seahawks team, which was division win at that. I mean, for the 49er team. Next we had Bills and Patriots. Buffalo been playing great ball all year, undefeated. Nobody has took them out yet. This Pats team, I said coming to this game, the one thing the Pats wanted to do was at least push Buffalo to the brinks. You wanted to at least show him that you could compete. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they did not get it done. And, Buffalo blew them out as if like they've been doing everybody else. So at this point, if I'm New England, I mean, I'm like, yo, we ain't getting nothing done to us that haven't happened to nobody else. But at the same time, you have to face them twice a year, and you don't want to come into a season and saying things like, well, that's 2 losses already, before you even play somebody. So you got to come and you got to bring it to your division. Them division opponents is, definitely big games, definitely big games. So that's the recap for week 13. And now we're going to go into week 14, which is the current week, and see what games were played. And then we're just going to do the recap to what games that was already played. So let's get into it. And first and foremost, to kick off the week, we got Steelers and Vikings. Steelers season is done. Vikings, Vikings got something to play for. They've been playing good ball the second half of the season, as I said when I did the midseason report. So I got the Vikings this week to win this game over the Steelers 31-14. Next, we got Cowboys and Washington. This is a big game for Washington right here, and it's a dangerous game for Washington because I'm here to tell you, Cowboys defense hasn't really been stepping up to the plate, but their offense been playing pretty good. Now if I'm Washington, the last thing I want is a shootout because in shootouts, a lot of times it come down to who have the ball last. So if I'm Washington, I want to get this game in as easily done as possible. But dare I say, I'm going upset in this one. I'm going to take Dallas over Washington to win this one by a score of 31-27. 31-27, Dallas over Washington. And another thing, Washington, they kind of took one on the chin last week, so I don't know how much confidence they come into the game this week. They could shake that loss off and bounce back and have a great performance. It's possible, but right about now, Dallas is in a point where they can play spoiler. They know Washington is chasing for a wild card. This is a dangerous spot for Washington to be in. I got Dallas on the road to upset Washington. Next, we had Trey Dog win against Niners, and this is a good win for the Bengals team. Like I said, they too are in the playoff race. 49ers in the playoff race. He took a loss this week. That's a tough loss for him to take. Cause like I said, right now, the final stretch, all these games are big. All these games are big time. Bengals, what I'm most impressed about this week is that defense. That defense showed up and showed out. 17-7. 49ers been playing good ball all year, but like I said, Bengals, they starting to click at the right moment. In the early part of this season, Bengals was very inconsistent, but he got something going on over there with that defense, and they're looking like they're trying to come into the playoffs as one of the hotter teams themselves. But this is a good defensive performance for this Bengals team. Defense dominated. They win 17-7 at home. Next, we got Jags and Titans. Don't know. Both of these users had off seasons, especially the Jags. They haven't won the game yet. So Titans, this is first season under the belt with the Titans. I think you got to give them some time to figure things out over there in Tennessee. I'll take the Titans over the Jags, 33-10. Next, we got Seahawks and Texans. I'm going to set this for Seattle right now because I've seen Seattle reaching out multiple times. If this game get played, I go in Seattle. He's playing with more swagger. Give me Seattle this week over the Texans, 34-17. Next, we had a game that was played. We had Born Ready win against the Chiefs. And Born Ready got the win 34-21. Like I said, Raiders are starting to click. Before, I think they might be like on a 4-game win streak or something like that because I see their record is like 8-5. When I did the midseason report, everybody was under 500 in that division. And now the Raiders are 3 games over 500. So the Raiders is clicking at the right time. I always tell you, it's better to click late than click early because this seasons are a marathon, not a sprint. It ain't about how you start off, it's how you finish. Raiders started off very suspect, but guess what? They have now heated up, and they definitely going into the later part of the season on the right note. Good win for this for this Raider team over the Chiefs, 34-21. Then we got Saints and Jets. Saints got their first win last week. Will they come in this week with some morale high to take out the Jets? The Jets still got a wild card spot that they're playing for. They cannot afford to come into this game feeling like they already won because of the Saints record. They're gonna have to ball up. I'm gonna take the Jets to win in a tight one because he got it. He know he can't afford to come into this game slacking. But the Saints, in my opinion, is a better player than what his record is. So I'm gonna take this to be pretty close. I'm gonna go Jets 27, Saints 23. Next, we had myself win against the Falcons, and we won this game 24-9. We needed this one bad. We in a position where we really can't afford to lose. I'm saying like no more games. 1 the minimum, So we got to win out, but we can't worry about what we got left. We got to worry about what's in front of us. Good win for this Panther team at home. Next we had Giants and Charges. High scoring game. Giants won 49-35. Giants fighting for a wild card themselves, so they know they got to come in regardless of whatever the team record is. They got to come in and they got to get the job done. Also, they win 49-35 to blow out the Chargers. Well, more or less like a 2-score win. Next, we got Lions and Broncos. Not sure if this game getting played. I'm going with I'm going with I go with Broncos in this one if it does get played. I go Broncos 27-20. Next we got Bills and Bucks. Uh this definitely could be a Super Bowl matchup. You got the number 1 seed in AFC going against the number 1 seed in the NFC. Buffalo undefeated. Bucks got 1 loss. Bucks got a chance to give Buffalo his first loss. But I'm gonna tell you something. If Buffalo loses this game to Tampa Bay, yeah, it may look like it's no big loss because it's only 1 loss. But believe you me, it's gonna be a big loss. So sometimes when you playing against certain people and the magnitude of the game, it's a must win. And it has nothing to do with what the record is. We already know both teams are in the playoffs. I'm telling you, this is a must win for Buffalo because Tampa is the number 1 seed over the NFC. So when you look at their record and you look at them, you look at that across the conference from me and you say, yo, if I meet this guy in the Super Bowl, I need him to know that we already played, and I need him to know what we already did to him. So this game definitely means something. I'm going Buffalo in this one over Tampa. I'm gonna go 26. I'm gonna go 26-20. 26-20. Odd score like that. 26-20. Bills over the Bucks. Next we got Bears and Packers. Packers is trending towards the wrong direction. They was hot. They had like 1 loss first half of the season, and I told you second half of the season I expected them to start falling off, and they've been doing that. They now have like 4 losses. This is a must win for the Bears though. Bears must win this game. They can't afford to drop this one. I'm actually gonna go Bears to win this one on the road in the upset. They need this one desperately. Give me the Bears over the Packers 28-25. And last but not least, we have another game. We got another big game, should I say. Rams and Cards, division game. That Bills and Bucks could be Sunday night. This Rams and Cards could be Monday night. However you want to spin it. 2 big games going on this week. These 2 played early already. Rams won the first matchup, so this is round 2 of these 2. So now the Rams know he got to win this game because he's in the playoffs. He's in the playoffs, but you don't want to get swept by somebody in your division that you can potentially play in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, that playoff game is going to be the most important one, but who's going to come into that game with more confidence? The team that got swept or the team that did the sweeping? You already know the answer to that. So Rams will at least like to split in this one. And you know what? I think they will. I think they'll split. I think the Rams will win this one. Even though they're on the road, I think they'll pull this one out. So give me the Rams over the Cards. 27-24. 3-point win. 27-24. Rams over the Cards. And we're getting closer and closer to that final week, y'all. I'm telling you, these last couple of weeks, you're going to see some big time games going on, especially in the NFC because that race is so tight. So you're going to see some big time games going on. Quite a few teams' playoffs are starting now. So this is it. We at that stretch. Set your games up, knock the big games out, and we're going to keep this thing moving. I'll see y'all in the next 5th quarter, which is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow in the next 5th quarter. I'm gone.